Hey there, everybody. Welcome back for another session of.
Bye.
Hands.
What?
We can't. Gang.
I'm
Gang.
hearing echo.
I'm. You're hearing an echo? From who? From who?
You gotta mute your monitor, dude.
Okay, no, just go again. All right, go again.
Go again. Okay. I'm muting everything. We're going again. Okay. Wait.
What?
Okay, hey everybody, welcome back for another session of.
Hands.
Of.
Death.
Oh wait, I
Hey!
think I'm the echo.
Are you? I can't hear an echo. So, if you are the echo, then there you go.
I'm so proud of us.
Hey everybody.
Look,
29 sessions later, let's go.
I'm not a pro.
Yep.
I'm not a professional streamer. I don't have to be good at this. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's only the other three of us who have off and on been professional streamers.
Whoa.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us for another session of the Hands of Death. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks. Because this is all up on YouTube. Would anybody like to give me a recap of what happened last time?
Yeah. All right. You ready for this? We're in a hotel. Okay. So Hotel Julia is this big, luscious, like grand, shiny, golden hotel that has more, like a bigger staff than any place we've ever been to in this whole game. Like they're giving rest to the weary, you know? They're like here to like serve you, and we are immediately suspicious as we enter this hotel all in guard uniforms. And they're like, "You want a room?" And we're like, "No, we want to sample the room." So Felicity is like, "Hey, I'm gonna make a weird attempt to get access to a room," and and then she does it. The front desk girl lets us into the room, and then we give up the money that Wendy has been holding on, that Lily has been holding on for like the entire game, and we are like, okay, we locate using our fun bird friend. We do like a sonar location of any sort of Verdanthi relic that's in the house, as you might say. And we find that the vial is at the top floor and the potpourri is at the bottom floor. And we hear that there's like this art party happening, like a gallery showing, and then there's like catacombs and there's like lobbies and there's sitting rooms. Okay, so we go into a room. We have a room. We're like, this place is haunted AF. It's so haunted. Everything is kind of talking to you, and there's people looking at us through mirrors, and there's like some crying girls and as our next door neighbors, and it's exciting. So we go to our room on the second floor, and then we're like, we gotta find Joel, but first let's go find a vial. So we're like, that seems to be on the top floor. So we go up there and there's this big rope, and the rope is like, do not enter. So we try to step over it, and Felicity gets up and she's just like, cool, this is the fourth floor. Meanwhile, uh, Florence and Lily are like, why am I downstairs again? Like, we just kept doing this like loop over and over again where we just kept trying to go up the stairs and ended up back down the stairs, and it was kind of funny. And then we eventually get up to the fourth floor where we find this ballroom, and it's a swinging party in there. There's ghosts, they're dancing, they're twirling, they're whirling, they're in like big ball gowns and everything. There's a bandstand, and there's this like a spiritual retreat sort of thing happening. We tried to like talk to the head ghost, or like Lily tries to take over the head ghost.
To be clear, Lily tried to take over the head ghost. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. There was this like fate point battle, basically, where eventually Lily lost and the vial just disappeared. So that was fun. And then we're like, heck, I guess we better go try to find Joel now. So we go down to the basement and we're like, let's change out of these guard uniforms. And we change clothes and we find this artist at a party. And she's just like, I have to paint landscapes because my family says I have to, and I want to be an abstract artist or whatever. And Felicity is just like, I hear ya, girl. Make a scene, make your art. And so that happens. Felicity steals the potpourri, and we see Arazi, who's just like working at the hotel trying to find Joel. And so Florence and Lily chase after Arazi, and we still don't know where Joel is. We don't have the vial, but we do have the potpourri, and that's where we are.
That's correct. So let's let's kind of reset here, and let's say you've all like reconvened in your room at the hotel. If you will remember, you have a room. Hold on a sec here. And actually, I think you folks still have these aspects too. Actually.
Oh, you need to change the screen on Twitch.
Oh yes, thank you. Not a professional streamer.
You're doing so good.
There we go. All right. So we are back in the room at the hotel, and we are still waiting for Wendy to break up a cat fight. So.
Oh no, I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Okay, you're back. Okay.
I was just listening because
So Felicity comes back in. Arazi is still in the hotel. He's wandering about though. You don't know where, but they're looking for stuff. You have the potpourri. Felicity has the potpourri in her hands, and yeah, you're back at the hotel or in your room.
We've
What?
tried so many rooms on the 3rd floor. Not all of them. There's still a couple of rooms left that Razi hasn't checked out yet. And then all of the 4th floor we still need to check out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that like it's pretty clear that the 4th floor is like it's off limits to most people, right? It has that weird illusion protecting it. And it's pretty clear that it's only ghosts up there on the 4th floor for the most part, at least from what you've deduced.
Mm-hmm.
The White Vial was up there last time. You have the potpourri. One of the things that occurs to all three of you is that your actions here, like, first of all, there's going to be a massive commotion with you convincing Cynthia Balinara to give up her family's desire to have her only paint landscapes and causing a scene downstairs. So that is going to cause a number of the staff to be sufficiently distracted for a time while they calm everybody down and get things back in order. The other thing is, eventually someone is going to notice that potpourri is missing, and they're going to report it to whoever owns the hotel, and whoever owns the hotel is probably going to report it to Ophelia, right? So you're kind of on this ticking clock for how long you can actually remain here until things get really dangerous. So with that in mind, you need to find Joel and get out before things get supremely dangerous. What do you want to do?
Okay, so there's a little bit more of the 4th floor to explore. Not a lot, but like a little bit.
There's a lot of it. We've only been to the ballroom.
Wait, didn't we check a couple of the side doors up there?
You did.
We
You checked.
listened in.
You checked a couple of the side doors, and you confirmed that they were rooms.
Mhm.
But whether there's something else up there or something you could dig deeper into, you don't know.
I have an idea.
What's it?
Okay, well, didn't use. Did I use any of my potions last session? I don't
No, I don't think
think
so.
so.
No, you didn't.
Okay, so I'm thinking it because it's daytime, right?
Yes, it is daytime. Yeah, it's a
I'm
rainy,
thinking
gloomy day. Yep. Go ahead.
If I like just I don't know, fiddle around in some capacity to make my smoke bomb into one that would be I'm trying to I want to create like a cloud that would give me safe passage to scale the building and I want to try just climbing up a flight from the exterior.
Okay. Create a cloud. Okay, sounds good. Let's.
Because I have a smoke bomb and I'm like, maybe I can just make it look like it's some fog outside, like
I gotcha. Yeah. So it's not because the irony of using a smoke bomb in that capacity is that it actually makes it more obvious that something fishy is going on, but making it look like a cloud. Now that.
right, like
That's
it'll
something new.
dissipate in such a way.
Okay.
I love this. A low-flying cloud. Good, good, good.
Yeah, just casual. Very inconspicuous.
Okay. Hold on a sec. I'm trying to think of an aspect for the encroaching danger. Let's see.
I'm just looking for ways to use my new stunt.
What's your new stunt again? I forgot.
Hardcore parkour
It's so good.
because of you.
That's right. That was my idea.
Okay, so I've added 2 new aspects here that you can tag, or I can tag if I want. Lily, do remember that you are just a little poisoned still. Okay, so
Still?
yeah, I'm sorry. The poison does not get out of the system that easily. Okay. Yes, but I like this idea. Can you make me a crafts roll at converting this into a low flying cloud? That's actually kind of a complicated concoction. So I'm going to say crafts difficulty 4. And don't forget, everybody, to refresh your fate points. Okay, so you made it, but with a complication, which will reveal itself when you start scaling the building.
Oh boy.
Or I could just bump it up.
Or you could just bump it up and say, no, James, I don't want a complication.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Oh boy.
I know we love complications, but I also am just dying to know what's upstairs.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, do it. Give me a tell me the aspect you're tagging and pay the
I'm
fate
going
point.
to tag my background in herbology.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Yeah, with that in mind, then we can kick this up to +2. Thank you so much. And that will give you a 6, which isn't a success with style, but it is a success. And therefore, you have it. You create what alchemists commonly call a cloud in a bottle. It is not an easy thing at all to create. It's a very advanced concoction. And it takes some time. This takes you like maybe a good maybe 20 minutes to whip together, which at that point in time, the staff has gotten people like sort of mostly back in order. I'm still going to say they're distracted because it now comes the point where they're probably realizing the potpourri is gone. Which, Felicity, I would ask about. What are you doing with the potpourri?
I mean, my main thought is that I'm keeping it with me.
So it is a large box, probably about the size exactly of a bread loaf, and maybe about half as tall as one. So it's not like something you can like easily slip into your pocket. You can close the lid so stuff doesn't escape, but like carrying it around, you're gonna have to have at least one hand preoccupied.
I'm okay with this.
Okay.
I find a nearby pillowcase or something like that and make a sack.
Okay, yeah, you got a sack of potpourri. Okay, and just to be clear, the bird is still in the professor's pocket, or
It's with Felicity also.
it's with
A
Felicity
different
also?
sack.
A different sack.
Your
Okay.
pockets are full.
I think we said last time that it was like in a coat pocket, although you all dressed up in like party gowns and stuff.
We did.
So
It was like, I don't know, like between my like bosom and corset. It
Okay.
was so tight it couldn't get out.
beep beep beep. Okay, got it. We'll
Oh
say
my
it's-
god, can you imagine a little bird?
Poor baby.
Yeah, it wants to escape, but alas, it is held fast by the lace. All right. Lily, you have the cloud in the bottle. What are we doing?
Okay, I'm going to try and get upstairs.
Okay.
I open the window and peer up.
It is a dizzying climb to the top of the Julia Hotel. You are currently on the 2nd floor, so you have to go up 2 floors, and then you have to pray that the windows on the side of the hotel are able to be opened from wherever you climb up. You can feel like the wind ruffling by your cloak and flapping, and you can see like the wetness of the rain making the bricks somewhat slick as you look up. It patters against the windows. If the windows are not open, you're going to have to smash through one, and that's going to be loud. What are you doing?
I mean, I do have a knife. I could cut through the glass.
Sure. Is that how that works?
That's not
I
how
mean, it's
I
an
don't-
old historic building. How thick could the glass be?
Yeah, I don't.
Probably like joggle the lock or the
yeah.
latch.
Yeah. I was gonna say. I think trying to jiggle the latch and like slip the knife into the latch and get the latch up is a much more reasonable thing.
Very well. Noted. Do you guys want to follow behind me, or
I
should
would-
I
I
try and
think-
unlock a door from
I think
upstairs?
Felicity and I should check out the rest of the 3rd floor rooms.
I agree.
Oh, I didn't realize we were trying to get into the. I thought we had searched the whole 3rd floor. I'm sorry.
Like
Do-
a few more spaces left.
Yeah, Arazi told you that they checked out most of it, but like you could continue searching to see if you can find anything at all. That's possible.
And
Wait, are
Well,
the third floor rooms? It's the fourth floor that has the ghosts, right?
Correct.
Okay, but
I mean, I'm
you
happy
want
to
to finish
hold
up
off.
the third floor.
We can go up to the third floor as a team.
I think you should start for the fourth floor. Well, we should divide and conquer.
Okay, done.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, good plan. I'm so sorry to break the flow, but I have to go to the bathroom really bad. I will be back in just a sec. Bye.
Okay.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. Okay, sorry, I had to run to the bathroom. Okay, yes, Lily, scale the building. Athletics.
I have a rope as well.
Ah, great. That will give you +1, I would say. That makes sense.
Okay.
Let's see how well you scale this slick building. Now, it is an ostentatious building, so it has a number of handholds, but it is raining outside, it's wet, and it is a sheer surface. So I'm going to call this athletics difficulty of 4, I think. I think 4 is fair.
And was my original crafts roll, did that cover me like using the cloud?
It did, yeah. So you can
Okay.
like uncork the bottle and let the cloud float up to the top.
Okay.
And then we'll say difficulty 4 athletics.
Oof.
Oh boy.
I think I'm missing it. What happened? 2. Hmm.
Bummer.
Nice.
Okay.
Good.
Here I go. I'm going to tag that I do what it takes. I'm a fighter and a survivor because yeah, I have to find Joel. That's my goal.
Okay. So you start to slip. You feel your grip on the slick bricks like slip off. Your fingers are like chilled in the wind, and you almost feel yourself start to fall. How do you correct?
There, the whole building is sheer, you said?
Pretty much. Like there are like crenels and stuff, and like little filigrees and flourishes because it's meant to look kind of pretty from the outside.
Well, I had tossed the rope up, so I believed it had latched onto something, so I have a
Wait.
tight handle.
Does the rope have a grappling hook?
Like a grab. Yeah, remember I
Okay.
used it at Joel's house and then I
Okay.
used it another time?
That's right. Okay, yeah. So, like, you feel yourself slipping off. You, like, grab the rope. It, like, catches, pulls tight. You swing out for a second, then swing back and continue to climb. Okay, so you make it up to the 4th floor window. You peer inside this 4th floor, and you see a group of 3 ghosts inside, greenish in color, dressed in, like, rather, like, high-class finery. Like, they've got, like, on their best suits. There's 2 men and a woman. They've got on their best suits and gowns, and there's like a pile of these cards in the middle of them, and they're passing the cards back and forth to one another and throwing them onto the ground as if they're playing some sort of a game. And that's weird for a number of reasons. One, because most of the time ghosts can't move physical objects, outside in Chandla unless they have a lot of like energy behind it and seriously exert themselves. And 2, you can hear like muffled talking coming from inside, which it's not weird for you to hear that because ghosts can talk to you, but it is weird because last time when you were in the ballroom, everybody could kind of hear those sounds, like the music and like the chattering that the ghosts were making. It wasn't deathly silent, so it's very weird. There's something about the hotel itself that seems to be changing the rules of how being a spirit works. But that's what you see. You're peering into this window. They haven't noticed you yet. All they see is a cloud floating past their window, and you're like in the fog.
I'd be interested to like I'm curious if I have enough tether on my rope that I'm having a hard time thinking of the word, but like when you're like walking against the wall and I can go swing over to the window next to it.
Repelling. Yeah, sure.
I would like to peer into a second window if possible.
Yeah, you can do that. You can just climb along the wall. You just have to like make the slack. The cloud, I say, will cover just to the edge of that other window. So
okay, great.
You can look in one more. You peer into the other one, and you can see that it shows a female ghost who's sitting in front of a mirror, and she's like got like a number of like these like makeup things, pads and like creams and stuff like that, and like jewelry, different earrings and stuff laid out in front of her, and she's in front of the mirror, and she like turns her head left way and right way, and you can see that her ghostly hair is like floating behind her, and she grabs that ghostly hair with a fist and kind of like twists it a bit and then pulls, and it modifies her ghost form, so like now she has shorter hair. and then she picks up some of the earrings from a box and then clips them onto her ears, and they convert into like this spiritual ghostly shape as the earrings like convert into ghost earrings that now hang off her ears, which is
Holy crap.
crazy. Like that in and of itself is so far beyond anything you've seen ghosts be able to do before. Something is definitely going on.
Would it be appropriate that I can read? I want to like tap into these ghosts and kind of get a read between which one would be more successful to interrupt in their activities. I mean, I'm drawn to the singular person because that's less people to deal with.
Yeah, the singular woman is definitely the easiest one to deal with, because even if you get one of the ghosts in the other room playing cards, the other two are going to notice and either raise an alarm or help resist your influence.
I'm going to just tap on. I just want to like take my dagger out of my pocket and try and fiddle with the latch. But my intention, I'm trying to be really quiet. I don't want to alert her. And so I'm like out of sight, and I want to kind of reach over and see if I can't just open it easily and quietly.
Sure. Roll stealth, and I will oppose with her notice.
I am not rolling well today.
Not at all.
What a perfect average.
Okay. Oh, but neither am I. I don't know why. Oh, I rolled as you because I had you selected. Oh, you folks can't see that. It was a blind GM roll. So that I rolled a -1 as opposed to your 1. So that's a success. You win.
Great.
So you get in there with the knife, delicately lift the latch up, open the window, and quietly creak inside. Your foot hitting a board and like softly pressing it down. She's still at the mirror, like primping and preening herself.
I want to read her. Can I hear her thoughts in her monologue at all?
Sure. Yeah, let's do that. Give me an empathy roll, and I'll resist with her will. Wow, that was the second -3 I've rolled in a row.
Wow.
Okay. Yep. Mediocre. You win. We succeed with style, actually. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna give you a aspect for that. Spell correctly. You're in this ghost lady's head. Okay. All right. You hear her thoughts drifting through, and she's like, I hope Azira notices me this time. He's such a wonderful man, having created this whole place for us. Should I go with the pearls or the sapphires? She's like, you can notice she's like looking between two bracelets in front of her. I think he'd prefer sapphires, if nothing else. Don't know how he's a bachelor after so long. I wonder if his wife died. If she had, why not just bring her back? I'm sure his connections to the Verdanthi could have done so. She's just like going between the jewelry box, trying to figure out which one to wear.
Who is Azira? Have we established this?
You have no idea who that is.
Dang it. Okay. Shoot. Okay. I would like to. I'm just gonna like clear my throat and excuse me. I'm so sorry to barge in.
She turns around like spooked, sees you there, goes, ah! And, like gives this shriek.
I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to frighten you. I just really wanted to join the club. Is there any advice you can give me? I promise I can maybe help you. We could
Help!
No, please, no. And I like try and like muffle her. What happens when I do that?
How are you gonna try and muffle her?
I'm gonna just like put my hand. I'm gonna just scoot over and like. I mean, I'm trying. Yeah, my body language is like frantic but friendly, and then I try and put my hand over her mouth
So you're just like, Shh, no, 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 no. And then you just grab her and put your hand over her mouth.
if I can.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Give me a physique roll.
Oops. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's fine. Take the first one there. Wow. She's not rolling well. Yeah. You grab her and like shove her hand over your mouth. She goes, ooh, and she like falls on screams, but it's muffled by your hand. We just hear like a ooh as you have your hand over her mouth. You are also completely able to touch her, which, again, wild.
I promise I am not here to harm you. Please don't scream.
She has a complete terror in her eyes.
There are things I can do for you in exchange for you just to hear me out.
Are you okay? Important point. I probably should have figured out before we got into this whole scene. Are you still in the guise of a guard?
Oh crap.
Like, do you still look like a Verdanthi guard?
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't acting like one, but you're right.
Okay. She like looks at you with like terror in her face, and she like just gives this slow nod as you have your hand up against her mouth.
Thank you. This is official business. I have connections. If you, at the very least, comply with letting me stay in this room without alarming anyone, all will be well with you and your time here. Okay?
She like gives a slow nod.
Okay. I remove my hand gently.
Who are you? What's happening? Is this a raid?
There is someone in the building that is a threat to this establishment, and I am trying to protect you. I'm trying to protect Azira.
Oh,
But
you know Mr. Cham?
I am well connected. I am here on official business.
She nods as you see like the puzzle pieces starting to connect in her head. Yes. Oh, I understand.
You will be rewarded for your assistance.
She nods wholeheartedly. She says, "How can I help you, sir? Miss?
Sir is fine. Sir, nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
The less you
okay.
know, the safer you are.
All right." She's very worried. She's like looking around.
I am seeking Joel.
The Verdanthi?
Yes.
Is he here? Is he joining us?
I cannot disclose anymore without putting your life or your current state at risk.
I don't know if he's joining us. I don't know where he is. I would think the Verdanthi wouldn't risk death, but maybe.
Do you know if all of these rooms are booked? And have you visited any of your companions in any of the other rooms?
Oh yes, they're completely booked out for the retreat. I have a couple of friends, the Bakers and the Carmines. They're both close friends of mine. They're just down the hall.
Have you come upon a vial? And I'll go ahead and just describe the vial. I can't remember what it looks like, but
She pauses for a moment as she's thinking, and she says, "No, I've never seen such a thing."
okay. Well,
Should
if you could,
should I get Mr. Cham? Should we go bring Azira over? I'm sure he would love to work with you. You know, if you're working for the Verdanthi, I don't see why you wouldn't contact him.
oh no, he's well aware of certain activities going on today, and it would be best that you not interrupt him.
Ah, okay. She nods. Can I still go to the dance?
Absolutely. Your job is to act as though you have not seen me. And if you could please just give me safe haven in this room so that I can continue our work and make sure that everything goes as smoothly as possible. And I promise I am here to help.
She nods and says, "Okay, okay." And she looks back to the bracelets and like picks the rubies one and puts it around her wrist. And you see it turns from its normal red ruby color to a ghostly green as it goes onto her wrist. And she says, "Then um, uh, I wish you the best." And she nods and then turns and just floats through the door to her room and is gone. Let's cut back over to the professor and Felicity. What are you two doing?
I mean, I think we're just going right up, out of our room over to the third floor, and doing like a quick scan of the. Like, I imagine with Arazi, we said, "Hey, where didn't you thoroughly check out?"
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Arazi, yeah, has informed you of that. They also say that like they want to check out the catacombs, which is like the restaurant in the hotel. So that's where they headed off to like investigate to see if there was anything there. La
Okay.
Catacomba, yeah. But yeah, they gave you a list of like a few rooms that they haven't had a chance to check yet. They are so two of them are occupied. 306 and 307 are currently occupied. 308 is not.
Let's do 308 first.
Absolutely.
Well, the door's locked, so how are we getting past this obstacle?
Oh, well, I feel like I have someone with me who's just really good at breaking into locks and things.
Well, I mean, I could be better at it.
Well, it's a good opportunity to practice. You got this.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I could be better.
I mean, I have a 0 in this.
Esther,
Was fantastic at
Oh,
it.
that's
actually,
right.
actually, Professor, you're better at this than Felicity
I
is.
know, but it's funny.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, whoever wants to do it, give me a burglary roll. It's a hotel room, difficulty 2, I'll say.
Actually, hold on. What is your level of this, Professor?
I've read about it a bit, so I've got a 1.
Can I instead like just jam my shoulder like into the door?
Oh, and like try to shove it past. Yeah, that would be physique. You can do that as well. That's a little harder, so I'm gonna say difficulty 3.
Oh shoot. Okay, I guess I was hoping to use athletics. Never mind. Okay, go ahead, Professor. I look at the door, starting construction. And I say, "Oh no, never mind."
The difference between physique and athletics is that if I run fate again, I'm gonna roll those up into one skill. I think it just causes undue confusion. But anyway.
All right. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna open it. Just keep an eye out, okay? Here we go. Health and average. All right.
Almost there.
We're almost there. So I'm gonna use.
Yeah, which of your aspects helps you get through a locked door, Professor?
Oh, so good, so good. You know, I remember watching Esther do this pretty often, and
Nice.
and like I remember some of the techniques they would use, like using 2 pins and not 1. And so I pull another one out of my hair, and I'm like, all right, let's try this again. And I find Esther's creativity inspiring.
I bet you do. Yeah, okay. Kick that up by 2. There's a soft click as the latch comes undone. And I'm not sure how comfortable the professor feels about being closer to Esther.
It's complicated.
Yeah. Anyway, the room's open. Inside, you find a rather grand room, rather different than the ones you've seen before. It's a corner room, so it's a little bit more spacious. There's a double queen bed. There's a large ornate bathtub over in the corner that's at least like maybe, how long would that be? Like probably like 8 or 9 feet wide in diameter, and it's like sort of curved in a shell-like fashion. It looks like a conch shell kind of, and it's got these brass-handled freaking faucet taps. Probably delivers hot water too, which is really rare in this day and age. There is a fantastic looking commode near the back. There is a wonderful looking massive wardrobe over in the corner, as well as a wide open window with an adjoining balcony that you could step on to look out over the city of Chandla.
Oh, well, we're going out to the balcony.
Yeah, I
Can we
trump
go over
forward.
to our neighbor's house, or our neighbor's, the next door room.
Okay. Yeah. The balcony opens. You're out on the balcony. You can see there. The other rooms don't have balconies. There are 2 more windows along the side to your left that lead along the wall of the hotel. If you wanted to get in through the windows, you would have to scale the hotel over to those windows and then find a way in.
Can I use my hand mirror that I have to look at through the reflection to see if I can look into the windows?
Yeah, sure. You can at least get the closest one. The nearest one you see has 2 men inside it right now, and one of them is holding a letter in his hand that has like an official seal on it. You can see that looks like it looks like a. Well, can you see that from here? You could probably just barely make out in this wax seal. There's an image of like a 4-legged chair. Well, it's a 4-legged chair, but there's like a weird optical illusion going on where it looks like it just has 3 legs if you look at it one way, but if you like tilt your head and look at it a different way, it looks like it has 4. It's like a weird optical illusion drawing of a chair, and that's on the wax seal of this letter this person has. And he's like slamming his fist angrily against the letter, like tapping it, and angrily yelling at this other man across from him. And they're having an argument.
All right. All right, I don't see Joel in this room. These people next to us are arguing over a letter. What a weird optical illusion. It's like the devil's tuning fork.
Felicity, you hear a whistling coming down the hall from behind the door to 308, coming closer and closer to the room you're in.
Professor, quick! And I yank you into the wardrobe with me.
Okay.
The wardrobe opens. It's full of clothes hung here, probably for guests maybe that they could change into, or maybe if somebody forgot a suit. You both stuff yourself into the wardrobe and close it behind you. Can you give me a stealth roll, please, both of you?
Oh, yeah. Could I forge a disguise as a robe?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, no, don't let me do that. No, I'm just gonna roll stealth.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was going to say, like, if you... Well, okay, anyway. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we get. Ooh, I'm looking at a 2, so Professor.
Wow. Okay, I'm looking at my things I could tag. Let's see. Assuming that the person that was whistling is a staff member, they're just so distracted. They're so distracted.
Nice. Well done.
And we're just going to give me a little +2 there.
Okay.
And meet that.
So there's a whistling that comes in, and you notice the door to 308 unlocks, because I'm assuming you folks locked it after picking it. Unlocks, and the gentleman comes in who has like slick back blonde hair and glasses on his head. Looks a little bit be older, in his late 40s maybe. Maybe a manager of the hotel. He is dressed in a servant's uniform. He comes over inside the room in 308 and looks around as he stops whistling and gently shuts the door behind him. And then he heads over to the bathtub and turns the 2 faucet levers on. And you hear the sound of rushing water from inside the wardrobe as you're like peeking out. But like your sliver from the wardrobe doesn't let you see everything. So like you see him walk over past the wardrobe, and then you hear like the faucet of the bathtubs turn on.
Heck. Okay.
All right. No, we have no time. And we probably just need to scare him. That's bad.
There's a sigh the man gives off, and you hear the unbuckling of a belt buckle.
Can we just lock the bathroom door somehow?
Oh, yeah. So the bathroom is a separate room. It's not like one big room.
Yeah, like yeah. There's like it's like you got the big bedroom, and then like there's like a close off partition wall that and then there's like an open door that leads into the bathroom with there's like an opening that leads into the bathroom with a door that can close, but it locks from the inside.
Amazing. All right. Let's wait till he finishes. Let's wait till he gets in the tub, and then creep out.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
There's a few heartbeats that go by. You hear like the slipping off of like a cloak and like a vest, and then a groan. It says, "Oh, damn employees are running me ragged. Not to mention the master always gets on my case. I can't check every room for intruders." And you hear like the sound of like toes dipping in water. And like the sloshing of somebody slipping into the bathtub.
Amazing.
Hold on. I think if we just wait here long enough, we'll hear enough bathroom Foley and possibly hear him
No,
complain the plot. Oh, okay.
Stop.
Oh my god.
Okay, I want to creep out of here and then creep out of this room.
Okay. You can slip out of the room easily enough.
Okay,
Great.
but what do we get out of creeping out of this room? No, I think I'm gonna pull a Lilith, and I think we should go threaten this guy.
Oh
In
my
the
God.
bathtub? In the bathtub?
It's a very
Oh,
vulnerable
yeah.
position.
No, Florence is leaving. You can do that. I'm going out. I'm going to check two doors down.
Okay. Florence can sneak out, but Felicity will stay. The camera will stay on you for a bit. What are you doing?
Oh, I'll leave.
Okay. All right. You both slip out of the room easily enough. You know what? I'll give you both a chance. Give me both notice rolls as you slip out of the room.
Okay. Oh boy.
Okay. Felicity, you notice as you're about to slip out, you can see just the tail corner of the man's pants and belt buckle, and you see a whole ring of keys hanging off of the belt buckle.
I mean, I snatch it. I snatch the keys.
Oh, no, no.
100%.
You gotta understand, that's inside the bathroom where the man is, like right next to where he's taking a bath. You can just catch the tail end of it as you're slipping out. Like you see it through the halfway open bathroom door as you're getting out of the room.
I grab the professor's arm. We have to go back in there.
What?
There's a set of keys, a whole key ring. We need that.
Oh, you're right. Okay. We'll go back
Hey.
in. You grab the keys. I will bar the door from the outside.
Okay, so we're just gonna do it very quickly. That's the plan.
Very quickly. Very quickly. I'll grab a chair.
Great.
Okay, hold on. So the professor is gonna close the door to this room, put a chair in front of it so nobody can
No.
enter. No.
No. We're gonna. Felicity's gonna grab the keys. I'm gonna grab a chair, and as we both leave, I'm gonna lock this guy in.
Got it. So it's gonna be a very fast activity.
Very quick.
He'll have to get out of the bathtub to stop
Exactly.
you. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Felicity, give me an athletics roll.
Steal his clothes too. Just steal all of his clothes. So he has no
Yeah.
access
I'm
to
just gonna
one.
take the whole thing.
Ooh.
Don't worry. I'm gonna bump it up. Let's see here.
So chaotic.
Oh, shoot. Is there a way to use lucky to a fault here? Oh no. Or can I use a fate point on a distracted staff?
Yeah, that's an aspect. You can tag it.
Okay, I would like to do that and add +2.
Okay, cool.
He
Sick.
seems distracted.
Yeah, he's like muttering to himself in the bathtub, and like you see as you like move in there very quickly, he's like blowing bubbles in the bathtub. So by the time you get to the pants where he's like fully submerged up to his shoulders, and you grab the keys, and he hears the jangle of the keys, he turns around and goes, Hey! And you like turn and run, and by the time he's like out of the bathtub, you're already at the door, and it's shut with your clothes in tow, and the professor like shoves the chair under the door, and you hear this like banging coming from the other end of the door. It's like, "You rapscallion!" You can hear like this muffled like, "Give me my clothes!" through there. bang,
And
bang,
we
bang,
skedaddle.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we skedaddle.
There's like a rattling against the handle, and you hear him like slamming against the door. Okay, so you run off. Where do you run off to? Carrying this
Fourth floor.
fourth floor? Okay, all right.
We don't want to check out, was it 307?
The
307 and
last
306.
We've looked into 307 with the two men arguing,
So then
but we
307.
haven't looked at 306. I think we should do that first.
Okay. You have the keys now. So like as you're looking down at this ring of keys, you can see that there are there's basically 6 keys on the ring. 1 master key to all of the rooms separated by floor. So the first, second, third, and fourth floor. And then there is 1 key that is labeled with a C and another key that is labeled with a V.
Okay.
You assume the master key would work inside this person's hotel room, which, by the way, kind of freaky that they have master keys to the hotel rooms. But then again, maybe not. You don't know. You don't know. You're not sure of the policies of the hotels in this world. Okay, 306. You have the master key. You can slip it into the lock and turn it. You have a so. I just want to. Sorry.
Oh no.
Pardon me. I have to die really quick.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that we have a clear picture of what this scene looks like. We have a established professor of Chandelin University dressed in a rather fancy-looking attire next to a woman in, I think it was remind me, Tony, was it like a full-blown gown or
A full-blown gown.
next to a woman in a full-blown gown who has a potpourri box tucked under one arm, a pile of man's clothes under the other arm, and a bird sticking out of your corset.
I whack the bird on the head as soon as it starts chirping.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It is. I'm just making a point. You are not inconspicuous in the very least at this point in time.
Right. Okay.
Professor, you get the key in the door to 306. There's a soft click as you turn it, and you open the door. And the first thing you immediately notice is that there is a woman wrapped up in covers on the on the bed, and the bed has one of those draperies that hangs over it. It's a covered bed, and there's like a window that's partially open. There's like a shaft of gray light coming in from the afternoon. It seems like she's taking either like a early afternoon nap or maybe has some sort of malady, maybe had a spell of fainting. You don't know. There's a half-drank teacup on the corner of the table.
Is she asleep?
She seems to be. You just open the door. You don't,
Okay.
Do you both like come in and shut the door behind you, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we're just going in. I was just gonna peek in, but I don't think Joel's in here.
What are we doing?
I think it's worth rifling around. Let's rifle.
Okay.
Okay, you both slip inside and close the door behind you, locking it. You're inside a person's room while they're apparently asleep in bed.
Okay. I'm just gonna look around, and I look around.
Okay. There is a mirror with a vanity. There's a nightstand table which has a cup of half-drunk tea on it and a little tiny black glass vial next to it. There's the woman laying asleep in the single bed. There is a open letter on the mirror with a vanity set, which has a similar-looking seal to the one that was on the man's letter that you saw through the open window. And then there's the adjoining bathroom and closet.
I take the black vial and I tuck it into the same sack that has the bird. And then
as you pick it up, you notice it is empty.
I take it anyways.
Okay.
Here, I motion the professor over to the letter, and we read it.
Okay. Miss Baxter, wonderful news. You've been accepted into the club. Please attend the Julia Hotel at today's date, and ask the excuse me. Ask the attendant at the front desk for your package. Be sure to provide your family's name, as well as your personal name, and the name of your husband if he is joining you. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful time at the retreat. And it's signed Izira Cham on the letter.
Okay. I think we should leave.
I also take the letter and we leave.
Okay, you head out. Door closes behind you.
Great. Let's go to the 4th floor.
Yeah. Okay. We start making our way to the fourth floor, and I say, okay, clearly we need to find this Azira Cham fellow.
Yeah. What even is this stamp? Is the stamp the same as the one I saw with the chair?
It's the exact same one. Yes, it looks to be like a seal or a sigil of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't know anything beyond that.
Let's see. I wonder if you could dress up as Miss Baxter and get her package.
It's a great idea.
But first, we should go help our friend Lily.
Oh, I feel like these opportunities they lie in separate directions.
Probably, but I think we should go upstairs
Okay.
into the corridor.
Let's cut back to Lily. Lily, what are you doing? You've convinced this woman to let you use her room as refuge for now. She floated through the door, disapparating, apparently to go off to some function or something or other, and you're left in the room alone in your guard disguise. What are you doing since?
First I want to rummage through the room
Okay.
and see if I find anything of note.
Other than the jewelry and like things on the table, let me think about this. You find a number of oh, actually that would be interesting. You find a number of like small cakes, like baked small like patisserie cakes after a fashion, stored in one of the drawers of a nearby cabinet. Like as you slide the drawer open, you can see that there's just a number of cakes wrapped up in what seems to be some sort of like film or something along those lines, like wax paper wrapped around them.
I'm a herbologist. Do I notice any ingredients that I would make note of?
They all seem to be like cakes, but the fact that they're like there's like 6 or 7 of them here, and they're all like they're in this like drawer. That's weird. Like you don't know why they're all in there, but they're in there. Let me think if you would find anything else at the moment. I don't think you would. Oh, I know. One thing you would find is a small wooden token, which has that same sigil that I've been describing of like the illusory chair on it. And then as you turn it over, you can see it has a number 1 carved into it with like filigree leaves going off of either side. And underneath it says, "Good for 1 free meal."
Okay. So I would presume that my powers and my ability to source the locations of things is still going to be muddled, correct? Nothing has changed in that capacity.
Correct. The hotel is still blocking you.
Okay. I would like to, oh God, peer out of the room and see if any, like, I assume that there would be like light visible from underneath the door. And so I'm curious if I peek out of the hall, if I notice any doors that are dark rooms.
Got it. So you're going to peer out of the room and you want to see if there are any. Got it. I see what you mean.
I'm gonna listen and make sure no one's out there
Okay.
prior to,
Sure.
but yes.
Sure. Okay, you listen. You don't hear anybody, but as you open the door up a crack and like kind of peer out slightly, you can see that first of all, you're back on the 4th floor. So what you are doing right now is you're peering out of one of those doors that was down the hall towards the ballroom, right? And you're peering out of one of those doors, and you can see now at the ballroom itself. Sorry, gang. Hold on. I'm still getting over a cold. At the door to the ballroom itself, there are now 2 servant attendants, who are real people. They are not ghosts, standing in front of the door to the ballroom, like looking very nervous and uncomfortable, at the end of the hallway. Checking underneath the other doors, from what you can see here, there are no lights underneath any of them, but that doesn't mean they're unoccupied.
Okay. Interesting. Are they in the same uniform as me, or are they in like a
No.
hotel uniform?
You are dressed in a Verdanthi guard's uniform. They are dressed in the uniforms of the servants of the hotel.
Okay. So there's no pamphlet in the room with like a schedule.
Interesting question.
You know, these retreats, they're very scheduled.
No, they would be actually. Yeah, actually, you do find one of those. There is a sheaf of pamphlet that was written out. You can see it's a little placard next to the bed. you can see it says today is like Friday, like the first day of the weekend, right? You can see it says on the front part a welcoming dance and ball on the front part that started about maybe an hour ago and has continued and will continue into the late evening. And then it says we adjourned. It says an adjournment for dinner and cakes, and then it moves on to the next Saturday, where there are a number of entertaining activities planned, as well as you can see the names of some members of the Balinara family who will be showing off some new art pieces in a private gallery showing. And there's the name of a famous musician on a little bit later on who will be giving a concert as well.
So per the schedule, there's a ball going on.
Right now, yes.
Okay.
You should eat one of the cakes.
I would like to revisit the cake. I just want to crack it one like down the center, assuming they're small,
Sure, easy enough.
and give it a sniff.
Okay. You give it a sniff. Give me a crafts roll, difficulty 3.
Okay, I will tag my herbology background because part of that was I did some light baking. There was cooking involved.
Makes sense. Yeah. You like sniff the cake, you like take a piece of the crumb and like crumble it in your hands. These cakes excuse me. These cakes seem to be perfectly fine. You don't detect like anything odd about them. They're just cakes. They're just fine little small cakes.
Okay, then sure, I'll eat it.
Okay. You put it in your mouth, eat it. It tastes sweet. It's good. Delicious.
Yum yum.
Okay. Guiding light.
I want like it. I want exactly what you just said, James, as like my phone message tone. It tastes sweet,
It's good.
delicious.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god, I can because these are bonded on YouTube.
Yep, you could
Oh my God.
you could
Make
just
it
steal it.
I mean, I am tempted to yeah, I'm gonna go from room to room, but I suppose I will just exit the room
So the difficulty of this is
with
that if you exit the room, you will be seen by those two servants at the far end of the ballroom. And they're going to ask questions about why a Verdanthi guard suddenly appeared in the middle of this 4th floor hallway. Because from the ballroom door, they can see all the way down the hall, right?
yes. I am torn between just making it official business / using my I don't know if the truth potion would be of any use, but I still have that.
You could go around the outside.
I suppose my rope is still tethered. You know what? I will swing into the other room. I'm assuming the card players have potentially left. So why don't I just hop out and have a look?
Okay. They're still there. You notice one of them like throws a card down on the pile, and the others have like shock looks on their faces, and then they all go ah! They throw their heads up in the air in this cheering motion.
That's unfortunate. Well, I suppose I will.
You could steal some of what's her name's clothes and change.
Could I though? Wait, I really want to have more death powers. I feel
Yeah.
like I liked how she could change herself, and I'm like, I wonder if there's a way I could tap into that with her clothes.
That would be a long process. You have a death mask. Maybe you could do something with that. Maybe experimentation would meter something out over time. But right here in this moment, you're not going to come up with an epiphany.
Okay. I do like the idea of wearing a dress. I've been very jealous of everyone. But
I mean, we're in a haunted hotel. You gotta dress up.
yeah.
Yeah, the only issue is if anybody recognizes you as Lily, yeah, that's definitely full alarm bells. But
But I'm in the death mask that I can swap between
it's true.
characters.
That's true. Yes, you could do that and then put on the dress.
I want to change.
Okay.
This is just purely for selfish purposes, but I'm going to open up the wardrobe and see if there's some clothes that could fit.
We
Okay.
understand.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
You can find some clothes that will fit you for sure. Think on your outfit while we cut back over to Florence and Felicity as they ascend the 4th floor stairwell. So you both come up the 4th floor stairs. You've gotten past this illusion before with Lily's help. Breaking it a second time is actually a lot easier. You bypass it and are just ascending the lip of the stairs, almost onto the landing, when you notice the soled shoes of those 2 servants at the far end of the hall, standing up against the ballroom doors. They will see you if you ascend to the top of the stairs.
Oh. Should we act drunk?
We could act drunk.
Okay, just to be clear, that doesn't mean it's impossible to well, actually, it's pretty impossible. It's a straight hallway with no really place to hide. Never mind. Go ahead.
We could. I mean, we could again pull a Lilith and just try to beat them up.
We could try to beat them up. We have this letter. Maybe they'll let us into the ballroom.
Oh. I like that tact.
Yeah?
Okay, so hold on. This means I feel like maybe we should go back down and maybe maybe one of us should disguise ourselves and then come right back up.
Why don't I just like put on the well, we do have this uniform.
Oh yeah, the uniform. Oh my gosh. Okay, great. Okay, you put on the uniform. I'll go back down and pretend to be, what was her name again?
Miss Baxter?
Miss Baxter, and then we'll head back up the stairs, go down the hallway, and be like, do.
I love it. I love it. All right. And I just start stripping in the hallway right here and then putting the clothes on.
All right.
All right. I leave the potpourri box and well, I guess that's it. And then I run downstairs and I
All the way down to the front desk?
not to the front desk, but to the room with the seemingly sleeping woman, Miss Baxter, in
Sure. Okay. Yep. Got it. You're back in room 306.
Okay, in room 306. I then rifle through the closet and see what fits.
Okay. As you're rifling through the closet, Miss Baxter does not stir at all. She must be in a deep sleep.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not worried about Miss Baxter. She can just sort of live her afterlife. That's fine.
Okay, you fetch some clothes.
Amazing. Okay. So you come back up, and I'm dressed as a staff member of the hotel. And I'm okay. This is how we're gonna do it. I'm going to bring you up as if I'm escorting you to your room up here.
Okay.
And we're just gonna open up a random room and hope for the best.
Okay, ideally one of the rooms that we didn't check out last time.
Okay.
I don't actually remember which rooms we did check out last time.
You only checked out 1 or 2. And I don't think you actually checked them. I think you actually listened at them. I can't really recall. But
That's
I'm pretty
fair.
Sure.
We did listen at them. You're correct.
Yeah.
Amazing. So silly. All right. Give me one of your bags. Give me one of your things. Like I'm helping you with your luggage.
I hand you the potpourri box.
Perfect.
Sack. The sack with the potpourri box.
This lady would absolutely have a sack as her luggage, but whatever. And then we walk up and I start making more noise. I'm like, "This way, ma'am." And we go up. Should we take left or right first? What do you think?
I mean, it's gonna be a left.
It's gonna be left. Okay.
The two servants like look down the hallway stunned at this and like see you dressed up in this servant uniform, and one of them starts walking forward down the hall. He's no, no. Excuse me.
Yes. Yes, I'm helping this guest to her room.
He like gives you this weird look and like looks at you and like narrows his eyes and like, are you? And he looks at. So sorry. He directs his attention to you, Felicity, and like raises a hand up with like an apologetic hand, and he says, "So sorry. Please, miss, give us a minute." And he grabs you by the hand, Florence, and like leads you away a bit, and harshly whispers to you. He says, "She's alive."
Yes, and I was told to bring her up here to the 4th floor.
He looks very confused. They're not supposed to be alive up here. They're supposed to be dead. Why did...
She'll get there soon enough, I guess.
She should have taken the poison down below.
Oh, maybe I missed that. Where is the poison kept?
She should have it. Did she get her baggage from the front desk?
I'll go see. Wait here. I'll let you know.
He sighs heavily. The other servant's like looking like nervous and like staring at you, Felicity, and like gives kind of like a nervous wave. Hope you're enjoying your stay, miss.
I then pull the vial, I pull the vial out of the bird sack, and I shove my hand in such a way that the bird can't get out. I probably have to whack it again on the head, and I then like kind of hold the vial in such a way that they can't see that it's empty, and I say, "Oh, silly me, I suppose. Here, just send me into one of these rooms, and I'll get to drinking this."
Oh, they say. They look at you. Oh, he calls to you, Florence, and he says, "Wait, she has it. She has it."
Oh, okay, good.
Just here. Could you assist me into this room and one of these rooms, and I'll take it right away.
Lily, you can hear like muffled voices coming from outside.
Ooh.
Open door,
Like there's a
open door,
commotion
open
going
door.
on out in the hallway. One of the servants turns to you, Felicity, and says, "What, miss? I'm sorry." He turns to Florence, like an annoyed look on his face. Like, there's adjoining rooms on the 3rd floor for everybody, so they can have a safe place to rest where you can imbibe, and then you can be present on the 4th floor.
Oh, but I just listen. There's so many steps, and just please, I'll drink it right up. It'll work out great.
We
And
won't make you go down.
The servants
Can
both look at each
should
other.
I interrupt?
Uncomfortable.
Yes.
Okay. I want to hear this, and oh, by the way, I'm in a very classic, light pink Victorian ghost gown. Thank you. Obviously, thank you. And I just like am. Oh, and I'm, I've changed my mask.
Mhm.
So I'm just a rando human.
Okay.
And I like fling the door open and kind of like overact and make a scene, like, "Oh, you can take your poison in here. I'm about to get started. Come. Don't worry. I already got permission." I'm like,
The servants like both pale
flailing
as
my
they
arms.
turn around and see that, and they say, "It's not. We hear it's rather unsightly to see your dead body the entire time while you're visiting."
No. I got a doctor's note. It's. Don't worry about it.
A
Miss Baxter,
doctor's note?
your friend is here. Here's your room.
oh, of course. And I run into the room.
The servants both give you looks like to you, Florence, like, "What the hell are you doing? Like, you're supposed to be on our side."
And I bring the bag that I'm carrying into the room with him, and I shut the door behind us.
They like look completely stunned as you like shut the door. You're all now in the room up here on the 4th floor.
Amazing.
How thin are the walls between these rooms? If I had to estimate, I go and not like lightly wrap one of the walls.
They're quite thick.
Quite thick.
Yeah.
Stone.
They're thick.
Yeah.
This
Remember, I was
old
gonna
ass
try-
building.
I was gonna try and
It is.
climb through the HVAC, but there's no central air in this place.
They don't even have central air.
The Julia Hotel is an established, well thought out construction that has been around for years. Thank you very much. And we do not build things that are, flimsy and would fall apart in the slightest breeze.
Of course not.
We also don't allow for any amenities like central air because that's for wimps. No, there are chimneys for ventilation in some of the rooms, but yeah, no, the time period combined with the construction ideas of this hotel, no.
Okay.
But the walls are thick.
Okay. Well, in the room, I say to Lilith, okay, listen, we need to. Wow, nice outfit. We need to get
Hey.
into the other rooms up here.
I throw a cake at you. Did you get the poison?
I have something like it, and I hand you the vial. I believe this is what I believe the poison was in this vial.
Okay, I want to like run some tests on this while you guys eat your cake
Yeah, sure.
or examine your cake, whatever.
You both can
I-
enjoy a cake.
Okay. This is okay, pretty good. But this
Slightly
is
sweet.
we're getting distracted.
Lily, it'll take you a moment to determine that the vial, there's residue around the bottle that you recognize. You sniff it, it has a scent of almonds, and you're like, oh, arsenic. Like, it had arsenic in it.
Oh, jeez. Well, I haven't really made much progress up here, but I got us a room at least.
You got us a room. Joel is not on the 3rd floor.
There's like a knocking that comes on the door.
Okay, so we have to knock these two out, right?
Sorry,
Wait.
Miss, we don't mean to interrupt. We just we had some questions for our coworker in there. If you could let them come out, is that all right? Or are you? Do you know her? Sorry, we're just a little confused.
We're gonna
Hey.
open the door. We're gonna let them in. We're gonna knock them out.
Yes, great. I pick up what sort of ludicrous, like highly specific hotel object
lamp.
is nearby?
Oh, there's a statue of a man with his horse, standing nearby, dressed in full riding crop gear. That's like cast in bronze.
Okay, is there a way I can make an advantage with the horse? Like,
Interesting.
with the
I'm gonna sit down in my chair. Hold on, I'm getting comfortable. Okay.
Oh,
It's
no.
time. Explain to me how this works.
I'm thinking some way of like prepping myself, like they open the door, they come through, I'm behind the door, and I whack one of them in the back of the head with it.
Yeah,
Like-
you know, that makes sense. You can hide behind the door for sure. Give me a stealth roll.
All right.
Okay. It's difficulty 1. So
That's fine. I'm going to say that he's my aspect. She had my back. Now I'll have hers.
Wow.
Lilith, as in Lilith is going to. We're gonna work in like a fine-tuned machine.
Wow.
okay, great. So I'll give you an advantage for that. Just it's gonna be real easy. Hidden behind the door.
Amazing. All right, you ready? Should I open the door?
Are there any other advantages we can create to just like knock the fuck out of these guys?
I mean, I didn't know if I had enough arsenic to like put it on a little cloth and just
Kill
do
them.
it that way.
Kill them.
Just
Okay,
fucking
we
kill them.
don't need to kill them, Lilith.
No, it's not enough arsenic to kill. It would just
We don't
poison
need
them
to give them a
severely.
terrible, horrible chronic injury either.
You're gonna whack him on the head.
Have your rope. Still have
Lilith,
rope.
you know all it would do is make them very, very sick, and while it would incapacitate them, that would also cause more commotion.
It's fine. I'm ready. I've got my I do have my dagger. Maybe not.
You could use the back of the dagger, like the handle.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the handle for
Okay.
sure. I'm ready.
Okay, and I open the door.
So they both
And-
stand there out in the hallway, and they're looking at you, Florence, and one of them like gives you this look that's like cross-eyed, and they're like, "So, sorry, maybe we're
I
interrupting."
need your help in here. Can you two come in here and help me with this? We need to move this piece of furniture that's by the window. It's like a giant heavy desk,
They both look at each other,
and I walk towards it.
and they're like, "Okay," and they like come walking in. It's like it's not normal.
Bam!
Okay.
What bam?
All right. Yeah, go ahead and give me a fight roll, both of you. I roll oppose with them, but they are. You're probably gonna get this. Let's see.
Will I? I don't know.
I don't know about that. Oh wow.
Wow.
I am going to use my what was this aspect called? Hidden behind the door aspect to add +2.
Yeah, there you go. So there is a whack and a whack as they both go down and thump and hit the carpet.
Wow. Nice work. Nice work, team. All right.
Thanks.
I think we should get out of here. We should lock the door behind us. I mean, they could unlock it from the inside, but whatever. And keep looking.
I completely agree.
Great. Let's go.
Door
That's-
closed.
Oh, wait. I just like rummaged through their pockets really quick just in case.
Sure. They both have purses on them, and one of the men has a small drawing of a woman with like slightly longer flowing hair. She's dressed in like, let's say like a rather appealing looking evening gown. It's like a sketch he has in his pocket.
All right. Well, that's weird. I leave it.
Leave
Hey,
that saucy
don't
imagery
worry.
behind.
Sometimes when you go digging through people's pockets, you find weird shit. All right. Okay, you're both out. The door's locked with the master key closed behind you. You're in the 4th floor hallway again.
Great. Amazing. I guess we should just start looking through these rooms. I mean, we could go into the ballroom again. There is a ball happening right now. So, assumingly, some of these rooms would be empty. I wonder if Joel would be in the ballroom.
Mm,
What do you think?
do you think checking the rooms might make more sense just because
Let's
of
check
what
the
you
rooms
said?
It's just going to be so much easier in theory to start there.
Okay.
I'm going to start. I will knock on a door. I want you two to hide. I'm going to be like, do any of you need anything? If someone's in there, someone answers the door. And if they don't, great.
Okay.
And yeah, that's the plan.
That is a great plan. You
Yeah.
can go one by one. What happens is you open these doors, and in every scenario, you either get greeted by a ghost, or the door nobody responds to the knock. Right. So you go through systematically through the doors. In one of them, like a ghost will open. There'll be like a ghost of a man standing there, looking rather tired, like peering down at you and like muttering about not interrupting him. And you can see like a whole bunch of like books in the back of his room that are like partially open and such. There's another one where you open the door and it's a man and a woman who seem to be partially getting ready themselves. Like the woman opens the door and she's like clipping earrings onto her ears that are turning ghostly, and she like shakes her head and says, no, we're fine, and like shuts the door. You do find 2 rooms that have no current occupants within them. So
Okay.
it's a little, yeah. So like you would imagine for most of them, people have gone to the ball. So like you do find a number of more empty rooms, right? Nobody comes, but if you open them with a master key and you look inside, you can see like luggage, you can see like things on the vanity set. You can see that it's very obvious that despite them being a ghost, there's like some sign of somebody inhabiting this room, right?
Right.
But there are 2 rooms where that is not the case. One room is old and dusty and has like a number of cobwebs on it. The mirror is partially tarnished, like it hasn't been touched in years. The other is stunningly clean, as if it's always maintained and kept well. This room is a single bedroom, 1 bed, with a painting over the bed of this wide verdant garden that stretches out far and wide. And there's a small, tiny silver gazebo in the back of that painting as you're like peering into the room. Lily, you like peer your head into this room, into this perfectly clean room, and you look at that painting and you get this sudden flash of memory, and you realize you've seen this landscape before. It is almost an exact copy in detail of Ophelia's garden that you saw and hung around a lot in your youth growing up. Like, you have seen this place before, and it's a painting of it hanging over this hotel bed. That's the clean room.
Ooh.
That's the clean room. And then there is a unkempt room that is unoccupied.
Do you want to investigate Ophelia's room?
Yes, I'm absolutely. I'm going to. I wonder if I were to drink my own truth potion, it would help me break through the barrier. Do
You
you guys
don't
think that's a
you
good idea?
you don't think that
Nope.
would work.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna look
Potion.
around the room very thoroughly.
Okay. In Ophelia's room? Great. So you see like the painting on the wall. You open one of the cabinet drawers and you can see laid in this velvet inlay, there are a whole bunch of these vials of various concoctions that you recognize Ophelia might have brewed. It looks like this is some sort of like storage, like emergency storage, or maybe when she's using this room, which she may use frequently if she's staying in Chandla. This is where she stays, and she has these vials in here as sort of like a backup. Um, there's even a small like bell jar on a table near the window where there's a rather interesting looking thorny purple plant growing up inside the bell jar that has like purple thorns and like kind of more purplish bark, and then these translucent black flower petals that hang off of the bark. Um,
Whoa.
you're looking at this plant underneath this bell jar and like studying it as you've looked around the room, and you're like, you don't know what this plant is. Like, you've never seen it before in any of your books. It's not something Ophelia brewed with. You didn't see it on the garden estate, and you can recognize most plants by sight. You have no idea what this one is. Now, the vials in the cabinet are full. There's a number of useful concoctions in there. There are some poisons. There are some tinctures in there that can cure injuries. There's also a few ones that can help people sleep. And then you also see one which you're pretty sure, you're not positive. Actually, you wouldn't. You pick up one that you're like, it has like this translucent, like blackish color to it as you shake it back and forth. And you don't know what it is, but the translucent color of the potion looks almost exactly similar to the leaves on that weird purple thorny flower. So I'm going to add an aspect to Ophelia's room that's called a cabinet full of useful vials.
I mean, can I just
Take
steal
one of
them
each.
all?
Yeah.
Yeah, you totally can. You can take that. I'll just give you this aspect. You can
Okay.
take all of those. I'm just going to give you this aspect so you can remember you have that. So anytime you're like, I need to like heal, I need to like poison somebody, or I need to fall asleep quickly, or you want to use that weird potion, you can call on that aspect.
Oh, amazing. And
Um,
I think I'd want to take,
yeah,
I
go
think
ahead.
I'm going to take the flower as well.
It is quite large. It's probably the size of your torso underneath this bell jar. So it's going to be difficult to carry around. And it's just like it's like in a pot under the bell jar itself.
Can I do a reading on it?
Like for ghost readings?
Like, I want to see if there's anything attached to it, aka Ophelia. Like, is there any spiritual? Yeah, I want to know if this is just a plant or if this has some magic.
Sure. You don't detect any like spiritual senses of it, but there is something odd about it. Um, normally when you like sense a thing, you can tell that it's like it's either in the real world or it's like from ghost world, right? Like one of the two things. It's either across the barrier or it's not. This plant seems to exist in some sort of limbo state between the two.
Interesting. What happens if I pluck a petal off of it?
You lift off the bell jar and you pluck a petal off of it. There's an oily residue that like gets onto your fingers as you do so, and as you pluck the petal off and rub it, you realize the petal turns from its translucent black to like a ghostly sort of green, and then just disapparates into the air, into nothingness.
Whoa.
Okay. Hmm. Okay. I think I'm good.
All right.
I feel like we should check out the other mysterious room that's empty.
The dirty, dusty, abandoned room.
Dirty, dusty, gnarly room.
Okay. Are you all checking that out?
Yeah.
Give me notice rolls.
Wow, that's terrible.
It even says terrible.
Gosh.
What is wrong with me today?
It's okay. This is a good news for this.
Also, it's fine. This is like my whole thing, noticing
Yeah.
stuff.
It's true.
Noticing stuff. I'm gonna leave it.
Okay. Let me think about how you see this. So the room itself, it looks devoid of things, right? It's pretty plain. There's a single bed over in the corner. There's like hardwood floors, dust cobwebs over everything, a mirror with nothing on the desk in front of it. The mirror's cloudy, that sort of thing. And Felicity, you're like wandering around and you pass by the mirror of the room and you peer into the mirror, and just at the right angle, at like you think it's a trick of the light at first, and then you like move yourself back like you're trying to see the true form of a holographic image. You tilt your head in just such a way where in the light of the mirror of the room you can see that behind you, where in the real world there's an empty wall, there's a doorway in the mirror reflection.
Oh. Hey, you two.
Yeah.
And I go towards that part of the wall,
Okay.
and I feel it with my hand.
You put your hand up against the wall and you feel like the smoothness of the wall itself. Give me a will roll, difficulty 3.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna bump that up with I'm wary of all this supernatural stuff.
Yeah, good call.
So that's +2.
Hits you to 4. Okay, so you rub your hand along the wall. It's smooth for a second, and then you look back at the mirror, and you focus on the mirror, and you focus on the image of the door. And you think to yourself, no, there's a door here. And as soon as you force yourself to think that, the texture of the wall on your hand changes, and you feel the hardness of the wood. You feel the texture of like the carvings in the door as you run your hands over them, and you run your hands down to the empty air outside the wall and grab it, and you feel your hand close around the cool coldness of a brass handle.
Ooh.
And I say, look.
All you guys see is Felicity's fist clenched near the wall.
Oh,
I don't see anything.
what are you doing?
One of just and I take the keys off of my I guess I probably maybe I hung those around the bird sack. Okay. So I remove the keys, and well, I guess, is it locked? I lightly try it.
The bird has been beaten into submission, by the way. You lightly try the door. It's just like a jiggle of the handle. It's definitely locked.
I look through the keys.
There's
Or-
6 keys, one master key for each floor, a key with a C on it, and a key with a V on it.
Okay. Well, I guess I tried the master 4th floor, and then I tried the C and the V in that order.
Okay. The 4th floor key and the C key don't fit. The V key slides into the keyhole just easily. There's a turn as you turn it, a click, and you hear the door unlock.
And I open it, and here, look.
So, Felicity and Lily, what happens next is very difficult for you to comprehend. Sorry, I said Felicity. Florence and Lily, what happens next is very difficult for you to comprehend. The wall in front of you slides backwards as if it's extending longer than the wall of the hotel could be. And then there's a seam that opens around the wall, and then it cracks and it swings open, revealing a long, dusty hallway. Just single plain wooden boards, cobwebs hanging all over the place, plush red chairs up against the side of the wall. And it leads into this blackened space inside the walls of the hotel.
Whoa.
Okay.
I can't believe you found this. Should we
It's-
go?
Yeah, let's go. I don't like that I'm getting good at this.
Nice work.
You all slip into the doorway. Are you keeping the door open? Closing it behind you?
The door to this room is closed, but I think we should keep this door open.
Okay.
Uh,
Your
Do
feet.
you want to close it?
it's fine. You're my guiding light. It's okay.
You can have opinions.
I'm hesitant, but you left it open, so I'm gonna leave it open as well.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm scared.
Your feet creak as you make your way down this open hallway, cobwebs drifting above you, the boards squeaking beneath your feet, and as you walk past, you walk down the hallway, you walk past this like lamp that's like affixed into the wall, and suddenly it just it flooshes into light. Like it just lights up the hallway, the darkness of the hallway, and you can see down in the shadows at the end of this hall, there's another single door at the end, and it has a big brass plate on it with an EC inscribed into the brass plate. There are 3 chairs in the hallway by the door outside, as if it was like a waiting facility where people could sit.
Oh, EC. This is the owner of the hotel.
Chan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ezra Cham. Yeah. Do we? If I put my ear up to the door, do I hear anything?
You walk down the hallway, Florence, make your way up to the door, your ear up to the door. You hear this heavy sighing sound coming from inside and the rustling of papers.
There's someone inside. Okay. I look to my companions and I kind of mime knocking on the door. That's like a question.
Oh man. Can I do a little empathy reach out, see what their emotional state might be in this moment?
Sure, you can do that. Go ahead and give me an empathy roll. I'll oppose with their will. Wow. Just so bad today. Okay.
Listen.
Really bad. Okay, I get a 5.
I'll take the loss. That's fine.
No,
Okay.
boost it up. Oh my
Oh, well,
Guiding light.
yeah, I'm being yeah, I'm being pressured by my mentor
Or
to
by pressuring light.
Well, yeah,
to
Florence.
to weigh in with some high quality data. So I will use a fate point. It's
Okay.
not letting me use it in the system though.
Okay, well, it's
It
fine.
says I'm out,
Just
but I'll just okay.
Oh, that's because your character sheet is out. You've got to refill your fate points in your character sheets. How many have you used today?
I'm with this one I'm down to 2, so I just change it on my character sheet, but it's not
Yeah, I
like
think I
I
think it's
think I
because it recognizes the fate points of the token and not anything else. So hold on a sec. So try it again. There we go.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So yes. So you reach out, Lily, trying to empathetically feel whatever this is. First of all, you definitely understand you're contacting with a ghost, 100%. Second, you feel stress, undue stress, like an enormous amount of worry and anxiety pounding through this person's head. You can hear like the shuffling of papers from inside, and you can even catch some of his thoughts, and you hear him think to himself, Can't let the hotel be breached. The mistress will be very frustrated with me. That's what
okay.
she sense.
This is it's a ghost who is in some level of turmoil. Perhaps if we can offer an alleviation of their responsibilities, that could work. But I don't know.
Okay, let's think. What do we know? This Zira Cham. What does he want?
he wants everything to go smoothly in his hotel. He probably wants Ophelia not to be breathing down his neck.
Peace for ghosts too.
Is he a ghost?
He's
Yes.
definitely if the person that Lily is detecting through the door is Azira, then he is definitely a ghost.
Great.
Should we knock?
I think I don't know what to do
How
when
do we
I'm
get
there.
here, right?
So here's what I'm saying is, I wonder if do we even need to think of him as an enemy? I wonder if we can somehow get him what he wants, and maybe he can get us what we want.
Hmm.
We just
Maybe
need to
he can-
figure out what he wants and how to get him that. And then we just go in there, we're confident, and we make it happen.
All right, let's knock. Here we go. We're just knocking on the door.
The sighing, the shuffling of papers stops immediately. There's a few moments. And then you all watch as a ghostly green head, a top hat on his head, a monocle in one eye, a brilliant mustache and beard combo, emerge out of the door, literally sticking his head out through the door to peer at you all in this darkened hallway.
Mr. Chen,
So,
yeah,
go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
He sees in front of him two women dressed in finery who are probably guests of the hotel, and a servant of his, an employee of his, really peering at him in his hallway. What?
Mr. Cham, we are here to solve your problems.
What are you doing up here? You shouldn't be. I'm sorry, madams. He peers down at you, Florence. He gives you a look and says, "Are you new?" I apologize, he says, lifting a hand up to the two of the ladies, and he says, They shouldn't be up here. I understand if they had a complaint that you don't want to leave them in the lurch, but you could have spoken
Excuse
with
me,
Hegseth."
Mr. Cham.
Oh, yes. Pardon me. Yes.
If you'll be so kind as to allow us to sit in your office.
Oh, yes.
We are ready to discuss a deal.
He pulls a ghostly handkerchief out of his pocket and dabs his forehead with it. My dearest apologies. I did not mean to leave you two in the lurch. One moment, and he pulls his head back inside. And then there's a click of locks, several locks on the door, and then he opens the door wide. And you're led into a very small and cozy-looking office that has a number of framed blueprint schematics hanging on the wall. You can see that they seem to be building schematics of various buildings, some of which actually you recognize around Chandla. And you can see that there is hanging above his seat this brilliant looking painting that's pastel colored of a chair that has that same illusionary effect that you've seen on the sigils, and it's hanging behind his desk. And then to the left and the right of that are these pictures of it seems to be family portraits of him and three women, three daughters, obviously, probably his children, and then a woman standing next to him who's smiling on the left. And then on the right you see him, who he looks a little younger, and then there's two older people, a man and a woman, standing over him, who you can tell share a familial resemblance with Azira. Mm-hmm. And he sits you down in these nice chairs. He's got nice plush easy chairs that he pulls up towards the edge of his desk. And he floats over and he says, "I hope you'll forgive my appearance. I was not expected to be seeing those in the flesh today. You'll have to apologize. I don't wish to be rude. Can I fetch you some tea?"
Water will be fine, thank you.
Okay, water. Then water it is. Wise of you. I hope that your experience in the hotel hasn't been unpleasant. If you'd like to lodge a formal complaint, Hegseth should be able to help you, if he's not off in the rooms goofing about again. But if you must come and see the manager directly, I completely understand. And he
Mr. Cham!
Yeah, oh, yes, yes. Yes?
You speak with so many assumptions. I told you, we are here to solve your problems.
he narrows his eyes a bit and like looks at you and stares at the two women's faces. He says, hold on a minute, and he floats away from the water. I hope you won't think me rude, but I don't recognize the faces of either of you, and I make it a point to know all of my guests. He looks over at you, Florence. You must be new. Then his eyes grow like slightly wider.
Very.
Oh. Oh no. Oh dear.
Relax. We're here to help you.
No, wait.
Deep breath.
Please. He like looks between the three of you. All right, let's all just settle down.
Mm-hmm.
How can I help you?
We're looking for a friend of ours.
There's like a sharp intake of breath as you say that. He says, I see. Well, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Are you sure?
Mr. Cham!
Yes, madam, please. You exasperate me.
I have told you time and again, and yet you do not listen. We are here to solve your problems. And, as my associate has spoken, you will help us find our friend. Do you understand?
I do not. I do not understand. Please, explain it to me in detail if you could.
Tell me, when is Ophelia next inspecting the hotel?
He looks very uneasy, and he says, I'm sorry. I don't wish to cause you to get angry, but I can't tell you that.
It was rhetorical, Mr. Cham.
All right. He's rather shaken up.
I think I'd like to try to create an advantage doing this.
Yeah. Provoke?
Yeah.
Or is that what you're thinking? Or what do you
Yeah, man, my provoke is so bad, but I feel like I don't know. Why
I feel like
not?
it makes the most sense. I mean, I could see deceive if you swing it a certain way. I'm just trying to figure out what you're getting at.
No, I don't think I'm being deceptive.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll provoke. I will oppose with his I think it's will. Dang it. I do this every time. It's cuz they don't have a consistent defense. Okay, hold on.
Well, I guess, is it possible to do this like in a more like
Yes, will.
trying to get him to trust us sort of way, like, you know, with rapport?
Yeah, that's completely possible if you want to take that tact. You just kind of have to like at least open the grounds to negotiations, right? You could do that to try to create an advantage. Sure.
Okay, I think that makes sense.
Okay. In that case, go ahead and roll rapport. Let's see. Let me see if there's... Okay. So there is no defense against rapport. He's not actively resisting this. I'm going to say... This is kind of tough, though. I'm going to say this is difficulty 3. Because he's shaken up. He doesn't want to work with you for not obvious reasons. Excuse me, not obvious reasons. And you're in his like domain of influence. So difficulty 3 for sure.
Okay.
Nice. With a complication, if you want to let it lay.
I think that's fun.
Okay. Sounds good. In that case, you're trying to create an advantage. So in that case, tell me how does this opening... How do you open up negotiations and you'll get a boost that you can spend?
Okay. In that case, I say, listen, we need what we need, and we're willing to help you get all this oversight off your back. All this oversight that is ruining your hotel, ruining your good name. And I try to put on, I guess, what is a very sincere look, I suppose.
He nods slowly and says, You wish to help me. He looks around left and right, almost as if he's worried that Ophelia might be listening to your conversation. And then he leans in conspiratorially and says, "Is this a test?
This is not a test.
If so, you should know I'm completely devoted to Lady Ophelia."
Don't you wish you had your control back?
He glances back at the two family portraits on either side of him and says, "I feel as if my position is getting me everything I want at the moment."
Then why are you so worried?
He gives like a faint smile. "I think I can surmise what's happening here. The three of you are part of that nasty group of ruffians that seems to be giving Our Lady such trouble, probably tied up and related to that Lily person, yes?" "I do not wish to be harmed or cause any undue commotion in the hotel. I understand that you may have come thinking that I am holding your friend captive. I am sorry for any trouble or inconvenience I may have caused you, but Lady Ophelia has given me a directive, and I must follow it, and I do not see any reason to violate that directive as of yet."
Then let's discuss business. Because we
He
can offer you something better.
He swallows and says, "Can you? Can you?"
The era of the Verdanthi is nearly over.
Oh,
You can see that.
Oh. He like grabs at his cravat and he says, "Talks of revolution always make me queasy. Sorry. I didn't anticipate it to work the first time." He taps nervously on his desk. "Is it over?" he says. "Because it seems to me that they're very still much in control. Yes."
Mm,
What are we doing here, guys?
I don't
Like,
know what to say to him.
Okay,
that-
so let's do this. Everybody give me empathy rolls, and we'll see how much information you can garner from reading his mood. 'Cause
Okay.
then I can like maybe give you some more idea. We got 1, 2, 4. Okay, so between Florence and Lily, you can all kind of surmise this. So Azira doesn't. It's fair to say that Azira doesn't like working for Ophelia. He is definitely being oppressed, and he honestly doesn't like the Verdanthi. Probably you all assume because he seems very much to come from old money, which means he would have been like Franny. He would have been a member of the merchant class who was kind of in charge before the Verdanthi took over in the Ascension War. So he's not against entirely getting that power back, right? But Ophelia has something over him, something more than just like the power of life and death. Like she's doing more than that. You sense this man would have not given up his control of this thing he built, this Julia Hotel, or maybe other resources he has at hand, with just a threat from Ophelia. His like pride would have kept him from doing that. She must have something else over him that is causing him to be compliant. And so the conversation you're having now is really a lot about convincing him that you can win and Ophelia can lose if he's going to trust you at all.
I say, it's your
Should I
family.
reveal my identity?
Shit. Oh, yeah, actually, that's way better. Never mind. Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Okay, so I just want to clear, if you're going to do that, the risk of doing that is if this goes badly, if he doesn't end up trusting you, you'll be in a domain where he has a lot of power and control. So him keeping you here would be something he could viably try. And B, if he turns Lily into Ophelia, that could solve his problems as well. Right? Maybe. Right? Maybe he would think that would give him so much good grace in Ophelia's eyes that maybe he'd get out from under her thumb entirely. He may believe that. I'm not saying this is a bad idea. I'm just saying it's a very risky one if it goes bad.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Tell me what happens. We're here to make a real difference in a way that would free you of all of this.
In a way that would free your family.
So you like reveal your disguise, Lily, as you say this, I'm guessing. You like drop the mask, and we see for the first time Lily Mortimer back in her own body, staring across the desk at Azira. And you say that, Felicity, and that like he has a pure reaction to that where like his eyes grow wide. He looks at Lily and he says, oh gods above. You know about my family?
It's obvious enough. The Verdanthi take something from all of us.
He looks at you, Lily. Why is she looking for you so desperately?
Because she's insane.
The reason that life and death are out of balance is because of decisions that she made. I am just trying to bring that back so that we don't have to host resorts so that people can just find their own version of peace. It's all a facade, and I want to make that real for you again. Can you help us?
To be honest, I don't mind the whole life and death bit all that much. Jumping between a body and a ghost form is kind of entertaining in a lot of ways. But if things were to go back to how they were, could you bring me back to life?
We never said anything about things going back to how they were.
Then what is your plan exactly? What will you do? If I help you, where does that put me and my family? And my hotel?
What is the state of your family? Are they all dead?
He shakes his head. I don't think so. Ophelia has them held captive on her estate out in the countryside. She took them some time ago, back shortly after the war ended. They were prisoners of war, I suppose you could say. She just neglected to give them back. He sets his jaw hard as he says this. Since that day, she has used their continued survival to threaten me, keep me contained here, and to serve her and watch over her effects. I'm rather good at hiding things, you see. Yes. He gives a smile as he considers that. I would say I have a unique sensibility among those who are alive, one that Ophelia discovered upon her ascension. You see, the entire hotel, every brick, every piece of wood, everything, it's my relic. The entire thing. And that gives me a sort of connection to it. I don't fully understand how it works. Ophelia's explained it to me before, but to be honest, it all went over my head. All I can tell you is that when I'm dead, I have this instinctual control of the place.
You had all this control, but you didn't know we were in here?
I mean, I knew that people had entered the hotel. I can't
Right.
tell who they are. I knew that you attacked my guards in the that you attacked me in the ballroom and tried to take over my mind, he says, staring at Lily. So I had assumed that you were present in the place. I was making arrangements to summon Ophelia here. I may have already done that, he says.
Well, it's not too late. You can make a big difference and play the cards as you like. We just need to find a vial, and we need to know where Joel is.
He
So
floats
that
He floats up slightly and he says, the things you are asking me are to give up 2 of the most heavily guarded objects that Ophelia has given me. He shakes his head and wags a finger at you and he says, I would not turn traitor so easily, especially when her family are still within her, my family are still within her clutches. You
What if
offer me no
we-
assurances of your position.
I think what we have to offer you is the freedom of your family soon.
Soon. He raises an eyebrow. Do you have any proof of this? Any way
this-
to assure me that it will happen? Because Ophelia could just as easily kill them when she finds out I've given you both Joel and the vial, and then refuse to bring them back.
We don't have proof, but we do have this. And I'm going to spend a fate point to pull out a lovingly embossed and extremely fancy looking invitation to a party.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Yep.
I take it you know Franny May?
Beckett.
Beckett.
Oh, Beckett. I take it you know Franny Beckett?
He scrunches up his lips and goes, "Ugh. Yes, I am aware of her."
Then I suggest you help us with what we are asking, and in return, on this eve, we will completely rid you of anything between you and your family.
This night? Tonight, you're saying?
This on the evening indicated on the
of
embossed
the
card.
invitation. Okay, so in 2 days about. He says, Is the coup? Is there a coup prepared at the party? How is this to happen?"
We can't tell you all the details, but we do need our friend.
He sniffs. "If I give you both of these things, my family will be in immediate danger. Ophelia will learn of it, and she will instruct her servants to kill them. What am I
So
meant
what
to
you-
do?"
We
And
can
so what-
replace it with decoys.
No, hold
No, a decoy.
on. So
a
I
no
like
here.
I
Just
like the
kidding.
spirit of the idea. That call up Ophelia, keep her from the hotel, and keep her from any of your business until 2 evenings from now. Show up at the party, witness firsthand exactly what we have promised, and prepare yourself for the next phase of Chandla.
He looks as if you just asked him to bet it all on black. Okay. Give me a rapport roll. Difficulty of 5.
Is it possible to have help from my companions?
If they have at least 1 in the rapport roll skill, they can both give you help for +1 apiece.
I can give you help.
I have 0 rapport. Everyone hates me.
What is your rapport, Florence?
It's 1.
Great. All right, I'm gonna roll this.
It's also possible you could try to create advantages before making this roll if you want to, take a different tact. You also have a boost from your success before. Don't forget that. So that's a free +2 or reroll if you want. You don't have to tag an aspect. You just get it for the free for the boost.
Okay. I think it's gonna work.
Let's see.
Well, you're never so unlucky.
That's true. I'm never
Oh.
so unlucky.
That fucking stunt. All right, never so unlucky. Free reroll.
Barely better.
It's a long road to 6.
Okay. So you have a +1 from me, and you've got a +2 from the boost, right?
Uh-huh.
So you're at 3.
So I can try to use a fate point, my last remaining fate point,
Oh.
to tie.
You know what could assure a 6 here with your
Stop!
pluses?
Stop!
I'm just saying
No!
it's completely possible in this moment
No!
to get everything you want.
I think you gotta go for broke. I think that's hysterical.
No, I'm not going to bet it all on black like this fool who we're talking to.
Tie like a complication. Do you gonna tie with a complication?
I think we're gonna tie with a complication.
Ooh, nice.
I think I'm gonna tap my aspect entirely too honest art forger. I don't know if that entirely makes sense, but I guess I just want to get across that like I'm being extremely honest with this guy.
Sure. Entirely too honest. I mean, entirely too honest is literally in that aspect. That makes sense. Like, part of that is the fact that despite being an art forger, you are a trustworthy person. So, yeah, I think that makes sense. Okay, so you're gonna tie. He looks at you, puffs out his cheeks a little bit, and goes, "Oh, damn it!" And he like floats over to the painting of his family and like drifts between them. I did not expect this to be the way I would save them. This seems like a fool's errand. He pauses for a second, tapping his finger. What if I keep a little insurance, he says, turning and floating back to all of you. I will give you the white vial, but Master Joel will stay in my clutches until this business is dealt with. That way, if anything happens to my family, you can expect the equivalent to occur to him.
I
That
grimace.
that seems to be a fair exchange.
Can we see him for a moment?
Sure. He floats over towards a mirror and picks it up and floats back over to you and like sets the hand mirror down in front of you, Florence, and waves his hand over it. And the image of the reflection of the mirror changes to a basement room somewhere in the hotel where you can see Joel's form. It looks like he's sleeping, and he is chained up to a wooden beam in the basement. Two bowls next to him, with chains wrapped around his body, keeping him contained there. You see,
Fine,
I have
but-
him. Go ahead.
Fine, but at least can you accommodate him just a little bit better than this? Please.
He glances down at the mirror. I suppose I could show him some hospitality. I'll need to send word to interrupt Ophelia's visit. False alarm. And he has suffered long enough. I will fetch him better accommodations. But you're in agreement. The vial for now, and Joel if it all goes smoothly later.
Yes. And
Mm-hmm.
keep this a little more locked down, out of sight of the public, would you? And I throw the potpourri box at him.
It slides across the desk. He says, I see. I was instructed to keep that in plain view. I can hold it off for 2 days, but no longer, he says. Do not fail me. Please. He picks the potpourri box up and carries it over to a nearby table and sets it down in his office. All right, here we go, he says, swinging his arm in like this like come on motion. He says, best of luck to you all at the party. I hope it goes well. Yes, the vial.
It will, and we expect to see you there.
He nods. I will be in attendance. In the flesh, he says, and like winks his non-monocled eye. And then he floats over towards a wall in his office, and he puts his hand forward and reaches out and grabs onto something that's not there and clicks it and turns it. And you see a doorway open to a closet in the office, and you can hear this muffled sound of like string music coming from inside the closet now that it's open. And he floats inside that closet, floats around for a bit, and then comes back out. And when he floats back out, he is carrying this ornate-looking glass vial that is like made of like this wrought iron metal that like wraps around it with like glass inlay and a beautiful looking glass blown stopper at the top with like ridges and lines on it, and it's filled partially with this white liquid. And he drifts over to you and he hands it out to you. Don't leave me hanging.
See you in 2 days.
Who takes the vial?
I think Lily should.
I take the vial.
It's in your hands. He lets go of it, drifts back. All right, please get out of my hotel. And he snaps his fingers, and the door to his office opens up.
You got it.
All right.
And, we leave.
With
Wait,
that,
wait, okay, hold on. Don't
Wait.
we need the potpourri?
Wait, why?
Because it's Joel's relics, and we need all of the relics.
it's one of the Verdanthe pieces. So like, if you want to
Yeah.
keep a hold of it, you probably. Be a
Oh
good idea.
fuck. Shit. Oh no.
Yeah.
Can I? Can I not have done that?
Yeah, that's fine. You can take it back. Like Azira's already violating his directives. He's gonna
Yeah.
keep Ophelia busy for 2 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
I sidle up to the desk. Actually, I'll just I kind of forgot, and I just kind of take it. Okay, bye.
Okay.
That's funny.
As you folks all leave the Julio Hotel, exiting through the main entryway. So first of all, my question is: do you tell Arazi anything?
Oh, yeah. We have to tell Arazi that we found Joel, and that he'll be here for 2 days, and that he's somewhere in the basement. But hopefully, he'll get better accommodation.
Hold on.
And- Yeah.
I feel like we shouldn't tell Arazi where Joel is.
It's not nice.
Arazi is a loose cannon.
They are a loose cannon, but like, okay, I'm just checking to see what you're doing. You let me know.
No. I think it's better to have this queer suffer.
You're so mean. You're so mean.
I mean it. I think it's better
No,
for like
you're mean.
it's Arazi's gonna make problems. Like, if I was the GM, I'd say, oh, excellent. And then Arazi went, like, full Rambo on this hotel, and oh no, 7 Ophelias show up at the party, and they all look dressed to kill.
Tony's not wrong, gang. Like, that is a very worthwhile fear you could have. Although, like,
4
okay,
days.
the only reason I was asking is because I didn't know if you were going to try to use Arazi to like pull a double cross on Azira, where it's like, well, we're just going to get Joel anyway, and then we'll have all the cards, and it doesn't matter. But you know, again, he is a loose cannon. That's kind of
I was
crazy.
thinking that, but
If
it's fine.
yeah,
Oh, I just feel so sad having Joel not at the party.
it's true.
Maybe he'll show up.
It will be a bummer.
We don't know.
It'll be a bummer for him to miss it.
I mean, it is coolest with him at the party.
He's not going to show up if he's chained up here. Like, Azira's not violating that. That was the complication of the rapport roll, right? Meeting it.
Shit.
Yeah. Meeting it made him ask for more.
I think we should tell Arazi. But
Let's do it. I want to.
you want to?
Oh no.
But I think we all need to be of agreement. So
No, it's
I
fine.
think I
Go
want
for
to.
it. It's just
No.
this is such a loose cannon. Like, Arazi's gonna show, like, it's gonna be the middle of the party, and we're gonna be like, oh ho ho, our plan's going so well. And then, like, Arazi's gonna be shoved onto the floor all bloody and everything again. And it's gonna be like, oh man. Like,
They get beat up a lot, huh? I should probably. They suffered enough, Tony? All right, yeah.
it's hard enough being an Arazi.
I know. Okay. Tell you what, why don't you folks think on it, and then we can pick up there next time, and then we can see what happens
Amazing.
in case we need to resolve anything there, and then we'll jump to the party.
perfection.
Okay. Yeah, that was great, gang. I think we'll call it there for today, since I need to run in a bit, and that was a pretty good ending spot. I just want to show you, like, it could have gone a completely different direction with Azira.
Oh.
If you hadn't
Oh.
had that is a golem made out of chairs and various furniture pieces of the hotel. So it could have gone a very different direction, and you all went the diplomatic route, which is great. So yeah.
Incredible.
That's exciting. Okay, so we'll pick up we'll skip ahead to the party next time then, where Franny has done her darndest to get Merrick, Ophelia, Joel, although we'll see what happens there, and various other members of the aristocracy or the old money merchants there at this like big party that's going to be a presentation of Esther's work. It all goes down next time.
Amazing.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in today and watching us. We're coming to the end of our campaign here, which is exciting. I hardly ever finish campaigns, so this is great. Thank you all for coming. Have a great time. A great rest of your day, great rest of your weekend. And yeah, anything my players want to shout out before we call it a day?
You're perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never underestimate the value of hard work, not for others, but for yourself.
Oh, that's a
Wow.
nice affirmation. Yeah, happy MLK Day. And hey, I'm going to have an affirmation. Scare yourself this weekend. Go get scared. Getting scared is fun.
Yay.
All right.
Okay.
Bye,
Ooh.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.